Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Nash County where a drug investigation led officers to arrest these two men. The Nash County Sheriff's Office says it began a months-long investigation into the sale and distribution of drugs from Wintergreen Road. Throughout the investigation, deputies say they spoke with several citizens who were concerned about multiple cases of people who had overdosed. Detectives identified Stephen Pendergrass and Stephen Hicks, both of Wintergreen Road, as suspects. Now, detectives learned during the investigation that several people had overdosed at the Wintergreen Road home, but the two men had refused to contact emergency personnel to provide medical aid to the victims. The sheriff's office found probable cause and got a search warrant for the home. Detectives searched the home on Tuesday and took both Pendergrass and Hicks into custody. Detectives found 45 dosage units of heroin, crack cocaine, marijuana, digital scales, and various paraphernalia during the search. They also found hundreds of used wax paper bindles consistent with packaging and storing of heroin. Now, Hicks was charged with the following: 3 counts of possession with intent to sell or deliver heroin, 2 counts to sell or deliver heroin, 3 counts of possession with intent to sell or deliver cocaine, 2 counts to sell or deliver cocaine, possession of marijuana, 3 counts of maintaining a dwelling for controlled substances, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was given a $100,000 secured bond and is being held in the Nash County Jail. Pendergrass was charged with 3 counts of maintaining a dwelling for controlled substances. He posted a $2,500 bond. And now we also want to highlight crime news out of Enfield, where a break-in suspect was arrested. Travell Scott, again, was arrested by Enfield police. Last night at around 6:45, Enfield police officers conducted a search warrant at 107 Allsup Street in response to several break-ins that happened after 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Now, the suspect, Travell Scott, ran from law enforcement, escaping from the back door of the home and leading officers and Halifax County deputies on a chase. Now, the search warrant on the property turned up substantial evidence tied to multiple break-ins. Police say the investigation is ongoing and charges are coming. Police say all victims will be identified in due course. If you've been victimized by a break-in, you're asked to send the Enfield Police Department an email at epdtip@gmail.com. You can find a link to that address on our website, WITN.com, and make sure you include your contact information and a detailed list of missing items and the date and time they were missing. Now, police also encourage citizens to include details about their vehicle, including make, model, color, and license plate if it was broken into. And now we want to highlight your weather forecast. Today is, yet again, another sunny and dry day. Air temperatures should be back into the upper 60s, low 70s coming up this afternoon, but the air is still very dry, so cloud cover is going to be difficult to come by. But even if we catch maybe a stray cloud or two, it's going to be very difficult to get any sort of rain to get squeezed out of that cloud. Right now, Grifton showing 55 degrees with a northwesterly wind at 7 miles an hour. Dew points, though, down in the mid-30s. That is a very dry air mass, even for this time of year. Now, current air temperatures reading in the low to mid-50s throughout most of eastern North Carolina. We are a little bit warmer as you get closer to the water. 59 degrees in Beaufort as well as Manio right now. 61 degrees in Hatteras. But moving forward through today, again, everybody is going to be warming up. Winds out of the northwest coming in at a fairly light 3 to 8 miles per hour. There are some stronger winds across Onslow and Carteret counties, but we're really not looking at the windiest of days today, probably ending up with about a 7 to 15 mile per hour breeze. Over the past 24 hours, humidity has dropped significantly, seeing about a 10 to 20 degree drop in dew points. Again, fire danger remains elevated because of the dry air and the lack of rain. The severe drought has actually expanded across eastern North Carolina, and with the high pressure system set up over us this weekend, that drought is only going to continue. Now, we do have that system further back towards the west that will approach the east. as we head towards really more so Sunday, but it's going to take its time getting here. By the time we reach Saturday morning, the parent low pressure system will still be over Oklahoma. So again, by the time we reach Sunday, that system will be approaching the mountains, and then Sunday evening to Sunday night, it should pass by and potentially even linger across eastern North Carolina, keeping us a bit damp as we head into the start of next week. So here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. Again, 70 today, upper 60s to mid 60s for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we get into next week where overnight lows certainly come up substantially, but daytime highs stay in that mid to low 60s range due to the cloud cover that will be present, and of course the rain showers that are going to be coming down. But again, for tonight, down into the low 40s yet again. Friday night into Saturday morning, could be talking about the upper 30s. If you have any cold sensitive plants, now is the time to make a plan for those plants, what you're going to do with them, whether you cover their roots with a blanket or bring them inside for the season. We are getting closer and closer to the first frost. I don't think we're going to be seeing a widespread frost on Saturday, but those of you watching around Northampton, Halifax counties, possibly even Bertie, Hertford, maybe Nash and Edgecombe, you guys could end up seeing a first frost of the season by the time we reach Saturday morning. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Thursday. We'll see you back here in just a bit.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.